welcome back. Today we'll study limits. Knowledge of limits is a must to understand two topics on continuity and differentiability. So basically it's for continuity. We have different methods as we studied in the last class. The first one is method of direct substitution. For example, this question, we put x is equal to 0, x is approaching 0 in the whole expression. Let's see what do we get. This is root of 1 plus root of 1 and this is 2. So 2 is limit of the function. Method of direct substitution. Next is method of factorization. In case we have polynomial expressions, we can factorize. Common factors in numerator and denominator will cancel out and we put value of x, like x approaching 2 here, to get the answer. So first method is always method of direct substitution. We put x is equal to 2 here and we have numerator 0, denominator also 0. We write it's 0 by 0 form. So after we have obtained 0 by 0 form, we will use method of factorization for polynomials. What are factors of numerator? It's like a cube minus b cube upon this is x minus 2 as x approaches 2. Numerator a cube minus b cube is a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square as x approaches 2. So what happens? Common factor because of which numerator is 0, denominator is 0, cancels out. Whatever is left, we put x is equal to 2 there to get 2 square plus 4 plus 4, that's 12. 12 is the answer. So first is, I repeat, method of direct substitution, and the second one is method of factorization. The next one, we put x is equal to 5 here. This will be 25 plus 20, 45 minus 45, that's 0. This is 30 minus 30, this is 0. Again it's 0 by 0 form. We have polynomials. We factorize the numerator. It's x minus 4 into x minus 5. X minus 1, this is x minus 5. As x approaches 5. The common factor, x minus 5, cancels out. So whatever is left, we put x is equal to 5 there. 5 minus 4 upon 5 minus 1. This is your answer. Method of factorization. The third one, this is method of rationalization. So if we have an expression like this, here also the first method is we put x is equal to 1. This is root of 4 minus root of 4, that's a 0. 1 square minus 1, this is 0. We have 0 by 0 form. The difference here being that numerator is with roots. So here we rationalize the numerator. So if irrational expressions are in numerator, we rationalize numerator. If in denominator, we will rationalize the denominator. And if we have irrational expressions in both numerator and denominator, we will rationalize both numerator and denominator. So rationalizing the numerator, this is 5 minus x, root of 3 plus x plus root of 5 minus x, root of 3 plus x plus root of 5 minus x, x square minus 1 here as x approaches 1. So observe that we got 0 by 0 form. Next we are rationalizing. Numerator. This is 3 plus x minus 5 minus x. We can factorize this. x plus 1 into denominator as it is, this part. And as x approaches 1. So the numerator is 2x minus 2. That's 2 into x minus 1. This is x minus 1, x plus 1. Root of 3 plus x. Root of 5 minus x as x approaches 1. This cancels out. So whatever is left, we put x is equal to 1 there. 1 plus 1. This will be 2 plus 2. So this is 1 by 4. So this is all about method of rationalization. Coming to the next one. We can use method of factorization. This is limit. We put x is equal to 4. This is 0 by 0 form. Then this is x minus 4 a cube minus b cube into a square plus ab plus b square. Denominator x plus 4 as x approaches 4. This is 4 square, 16 plus 16 plus 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. That's 48. And this is 6. Another way to solve this question is that we use some standard results. Using standard results, you can say these are formulas. So this is the first one, x raised per n minus a raised per n upon x minus a as x approaches a. We have standard result for this. It's n into a raised per n minus 1. So let me rewrite the question here. Limit, this is x cube minus 64 x square minus 16 as x approaches 4. This is x cube minus 4 cube x minus 4. This is x square minus 4 square x minus 4. That is, we are dividing numerator and denominator by x minus 4. This is limit. So we apply this result to the numerator and also to the denominator. This will be, so we don't write limit, we are finding the limit. This is 3 into 4 raised per 3 minus 1, and here 2 into 4 raised per 2 minus 1. 4 cancels out. This is 6. Obviously, the answer is 6. Next is limits at infinity. Let us understand this with the help of a graph. Graph of reciprocal function 1 by x. So we know this is the graph, and this side, this is the graph. So we can see from the graph here, as x approaches infinity, y is approaching 1 by x, or y is approaching 0. This is approaching 0. Similarly, if x is approaching minus infinity, 1 by x, this is also approaching 0. To apply those limits, we divide numerator and denominator by x square, highest power of x. This is b by x, c by x square. This is d plus e by x and f by x square as x approaches infinity. Now what happens to 1 by x? This is 0, this will be 0, this will approach 0, this also. So we'll be left with a upon b, which is the answer. Continuing with the standard results, we have limit sine theta upon theta, theta approaches 0. This is 1. Next, limit tan theta upon theta as theta approaches 0. This also 1. These are results you learned in the previous class. We are revising for the chapters on continuity and differentiability. No such limit for cos theta. Limit of cos theta upon theta, no such limit. Based on these, let us solve the next one. We are given limit 1 minus cos of 2 alpha theta upon 1 minus cos of 2 beta theta. 1 minus cos of 2 theta. This is 2 sine square half of this. That's alpha theta. This one is 2 sine square of beta theta. Theta approaches 0. In these results, theta is in angle in radians. We may add limit sine theta as theta approaches 0. This is 0 because sine 0 is 0. Basically, it's method of direct substitution. Similarly, for cos theta, theta approaches 0. This is 1. And limit of tan theta, theta approaches 0. Tan 0 is 0, so this limit is also 0. We'll cancel out 2. This can be written sine alpha theta whole square and denominator sine of beta theta whole square. Theta approaches 0. This is limit. We'll apply this result. So we write this is sine of alpha theta upon alpha theta and whole square into alpha square theta square, dividing and multiplying. Similarly for denominator, sine of beta theta, this is whole square into beta square, theta approaches 0. This limit is 1 square, this is 1 square. Theta square will cancel out, so we will be left with alpha square upon beta square. That's your answer. Next, question number 8. This is tan 2x minus sin 2x upon x cube. This is sin 2x upon cos 2x minus sin 2x as x approaches 0. Taking sin 2x common, it's 1 minus cos of 2x upon cos 2x x cube. Let's write x and x square as x approaches 0. Sin 2x upon cos 2x is tan 2x upon this is x. 1 minus cos 2x is 2 sin square of x upon x square as x approaches 0. We know limit of tan theta upon theta as theta approaches 0 is 1. To make that limit applicable here, we divide by 2, multiply by 2. Then this 2, sin square x upon x square, this can be written sin x upon x whole square. So, as x approaches 0, this limit is 1, this is 1 square. So, this will be our answer. 2 into 2, that's 4. 4 is the answer. Continuing with limits of trigonometric functions, this one, ninth, we have limit root 2 minus root 1 plus sin x upon, this is cos square of x, and as x approaches pi by 2. Okay, we can see this is 0 by 0 form. Rationalize numerator, root 2 minus root 1 plus sin x, root 2 plus root 1 plus sin x, root 2 plus root 1 plus sin x, cos square of x as it is, and as x approaches pi by 2. Numerator is a minus b into a plus b, is a square minus b square. Cos square of x is 1 minus sin square x, that's 1 minus sin x into 1 plus sin x into this factor as it is. Limit of whole as x approaches pi by 2. 2 minus 1 minus sin x is 1 minus sin x, so this factor cancels with this one. Rest we put x is equal to pi by 2. This 1 upon 1 plus sin pi by 2, that's 1. This is root 2 plus 1 plus 1, root 2. This is 1 by, this is 4 into root. This is limit of the function. Continuing with results, standard results of limits. Let's write few more. We have limit e raised per x minus 1 upon x as x approaches 0 is 1. Limit of a raised per x minus 1 upon x as x approaches 0. This is log of a to the base c. These are limits of exponential and logarithmic functions. As x approaches 0, this is also 1. In the next question, we have exponential function. Also, we have trigonometric function. So, first of all, for a raised per x, we need a raised per x minus 1. This can be written limit 5 raised per x into 2 raised per x minus 2 raised per x plus 1 divided by x into tan x, and as x approaches 0. This is limit from these two, take 2 raised per x common. Inside it's 5 raised per x minus 1 minus common 5 raised per x minus 1. Then x into tan x in the denominator as x approaches 0. This is limit 2 raised per x minus 1 into 5 raised per x minus 1 upon x into tan x, and as x approaches 0. This can further be written limit 2 raised per x minus 1 divided by x, 5 raised per x minus 1 upon x. Okay, this also divided by x. So the 2 multiplied by x square. Denominator, it's x into tan x. So tan x divided by x multiplied by x. So that limit tan x upon x as x approaches 0, that limit equal to 1 can be used here. So we know this is 1. This x and x square, they'll cancel out. This is log of 2 to the base c. This is log of 5 to the base c, and this is 1. This is the answer. The next one, that's combination of log, then numerator we have square. So we'll rationalize the numerator and then we use standard limit for the denominator. This is limit root 1 plus x minus 1, root 1 plus x plus 1, multiplying and dividing by this, and log of 1 plus x as x approaches 0. Numerator 1 plus x minus 1, this will be x, log of 1 plus x, 1 upon root of 1 plus x plus 1 as x approaches 0. We know this limit is 1 and this is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is also. We have more results. Limit 1 plus x raised to power 1 by x as x approaches 0. This is e. As x approaches infinity, this is also e. So we'll be using one of these results in the next question. Question number 12. You can see this form is very similar to this. This can be written limit 1 plus 2 by x raised to power x by 2 into 2 as x approaches infinity. Now you can see we have 1 by x here, then x here, and this limit is e. This is 2 by x, this is x by 2. So this is e, and we have e raised to power 2 as the answer. The last three questions. These are questions in which the standard results or methods are not applicable. In these questions, we need find out left hand limit and right hand limit separately, and if left hand limit, right hand limit are equal, then only we say limit exists. So separate evaluation of left hand and right hand limits is required in these questions. These functions, reciprocal function in which we have modulus, greatest integer, or a function which is a piecewise defined function. In four types of functions, we need separate evaluation of left hand and right hand limits. Let's discuss question number 13. This is example of a piecewise defined function. Let's show on the number line. This is 0. This part is x greater than 0. X less than or equal to 0 is this side. Function here is 3 into x plus 1. F of x here is 2x plus 3. We have to find out limit of function as x approaches 0. This is, we can see, is the piecewise defined function, or it's a function defined differently for different intervals. This is 0. Left hand limit. To the left of this, we have this as the function. So left hand limit will be from this limit of 2x plus 3 as x approaches 0 minus. Here we put x is equal to 0 minus h. As x approaches 0, h will approach 0. And this will be limit 2 into 0 minus h and plus 3 as h approaches 0. So that's 3. Left hand limit of this is 3. This gives us the right hand limit. Right hand limit is limit of 3 into x plus 1 as x approaches, we write 0 plus. So right hand limit, it's 0 plus. Put x equal to 0 plus h. As x approaches 0, h approaches 0. This is 3 into 0 plus h. 0 plus h plus 1. So this will be 3 into 1, that's 3. Left hand limit is 3, right hand limit is also 3. So we say limit of f of x as x approaches 0. This is 3. Next one. In question number 14, we have an expression in which we have modulus. So again it falls in that list where separate evaluation of left hand and right hand limits is a must. Left hand limit, that's limit of, this will give us left hand limit, this will also give us the right hand limit. This is x not equal to 0. Limit 3x upon mod of x plus 2x 0 minus. Put x is equal to 0 minus h. As x approaches 0, h approaches 0. This is 0 minus h. This is mod of 0 minus h. 2 into 0 minus h. As h approaches 0. That's limit. This is h into minus 3. Mod of minus h is h. Taking h common, it's 1 minus 2. As h approaches 0. So h will cancel out. We will have minus 3 upon minus 1, which is 3. Left hand limit is 3. Similarly, we find out the right hand limit. The same expression, this will give us a right hand limit. Mod of x plus 2x as x approaches 0 plus. Put x equal to 0 plus h. As x approaches 0, h approaches 0. 3, this is 0 plus h. Mod of 0 plus h plus 2 into 0 plus h. As h approaches 0. This is h into 3. Mod of h is h. Taking h common, it's 1 plus 2. As h approaches 0. This will cancel out. We are left with 3 upon 3, which is 1. Left hand limit is 3, right hand limit is 1. So we say limit of f of x as x approaches 0 does not exist.